Alright, so last episode we made wheat like this, wheat berries, and we're basically going to show you an easy way to use that wheat without having to do a whole lot of work. So I'll probably get about a cup worth, pour it in there. You just need to be aware of how much you're actually going to use. Alright, so when you pulse this thing, you just kind of, you don't want to blend it up too much and make it into a flour. See, there's some kind of big chunks still, so a little bit more. So blend it up a little bit more. Look at it now, there's not a lot of big chunks. It's pretty much kind of a semi-chopped up pattern. And you can kind of find the consistency you're looking for. Alright, so you see it's kind of in between like a flour and the whole pieces. It's kind of what you're looking for. Looks like about a cup and a half, which means you want 8 times that in terms of water. We got all of our wheat here, and when you're grinding up your wheat like this, and you want to decide how much cream of wheat you want to use, it's mainly based on the amount of water. So if you come over here and look at this, we have 4 cups of water, which means we need 1/8 of that in terms of cream of wheat, and we're going to need a half a cup of wheat. And you pour wheat in there until it's a half a cup. Like that. So then you take your water, put it on a burner, and then boil it. So one thing to keep in mind is you don't want to have huge amounts of this on hand, because this will go bad a whole lot faster than this will go bad. Don't grind up wheat until you're ready to use it. If you want to preserve it for a longer period of time, you know, keep this contained and sealed up and dry. And same with this, right? Cool, dark, dry place, as it is with anything. Now, if you want to store wheat in a ground up form for a long period of time, like in a flour, it's best to put it in Mylar bags with oxygen absorbers, seal it up, and then put it in the freezer for a day, and then you can put it into buckets. Making cream of wheat is a lot like making gravy, where you get your water boiling like this, and then once it's boiling, you put your wheat in there like that, and then you just stir it until you get it to the right consistency. If you don't drop the heat fast enough, it can bubble up pretty fast and can actually boil over. But you got to get it down to around medium pretty quick, otherwise it will bubble over real quick. So you just keep stirring it until you get the right consistency. Turn it off. So when it's done, you should see kind of like a thicker, a little bit creamier consistency, you know, and you can play with the ratios a little bit, but it takes about 10 to 15 minutes and you can get the wheat about what it's supposed to be. So you put some butter in there and some brown sugar and whatever else you like in it. Your wheat porridge. So all right, so here's the cream of wheat, and there was no pesticides made with this, no herbicides, nothing. Completely organic, homegrown cream of wheat. This half a cup of wheat was basically enough to feed about 3 medium-sized bowls or so. Depending on how many bowls of cream of wheat you're trying to make, you may want to do a cup, cup and a half,
This is so
depending on how much you want to do.
Dang good.
Enjoy. Bryson, if I'm pointing at the water, that means point at the water, okay?